Paulina. Can you hear me in the back? I'm a very soft-spoken person. Okay, thank you. Good. And if my face turns red like a tomato, I'm just a really white Mexican, so it's not a problem. Anyways, so for the past 30 years, art education has been diminishing in schools across the nation. According to James Catterall, education professor at UCLA, notions that the arts are frivolous add-ons to a serious curriculum couldn't be further from the truth. Tonight I will be arguing that art education, referring to the disciplines in art, music, dance, etc., in public-private schools is essential to student development. I will be proving this with examples of development in human beings aided by the arts, explaining why students need the opportunities to participate in arts and why cuts to the arts are harming rather than helping, and finally by providing examples of successful integration of the arts into academics. First, creative outlets are an integral part of development in each human being. I say this because art education in all its forms is an important part of accomplishing goals in education, career, and in life. Examples of developments in young children include refining motor skills. This has been linked to activities such as dance and painting. Learning about arts provides opportunity to young children to develop language, such as learning about color, shapes, and texture. Encouraging kids to express themselves creatively promotes inventiveness and positive risk-taking later on in life. And conceptual thinking in dance, diversity, and rich history in art and music help students learn about cultural awareness. Secondly, the Art Education Partnership promotes that all children need the opportunity to create, perform, to learn, and experience the arts in all its forms. The arts are regarded as a language that is universally spoken, which enhances cultural appreciation and diversity in younger generations. The arts, like English and math, use symbol systems. According to Scott T. Massey, a scholar at Yale University, the arts are a powerful symbol system like that of number and language. They are multisensory and engage multiple forms of intelligence. They employ distinctive, nonlinear forms of thinking and problem solving, and they create some of our most powerful forms of symbolic communication. Thirdly, cuts to the arts and education are harming an integral part of student thinking and eliminating these creative outlets. Since 2008, more than 80% of schools have experienced budget cuts, and as a result, art programs are the first to be either cut completely or partially. From 1999 to 2000, 20% of schools offered some type of art program. Yet from 2009 to 2010, only 3 to 4% of schools offered art programs such as dance or theater. And on this topic, according to the Juilliard Journal, the National Endowment for the Arts budget is roughly about $160 million and is less than many of the projects funded by Congress, and certainly much less than funding budgeted for economic stimuli and many other areas of the economy. Meaning that even though arts are usually less funded by the government, they are the first to be cut. So, according to USA Today, school children exposed to drama, music, dance may do a better job at mastering reading, writing, and math than those who focus solely on academics. And lastly, studies have shown that when schools have accepted the arts as part of their curriculum, these changes have led to positive outcomes in student functioning and school environments. Schools that have taken these studies to heart and integrated the arts into all of their academic subjects have found improvement in student creativity, self-confidence, and school pride. Studies show that students who have participated in 4 or more years of arts or art programs score 91 points higher on the SATs versus students that have only taken a year or less. And art education leads to lower dropout rates and better attendance in students that study a form of art for 4 or more years, since creative outlets motivate students to stay in school. In conclusion, art education is crucial to have readily available for students because it provides creative outlets and self-expression. It introduces them to a language that is universally spoken and enhances cultural appreciation. And finally, helps students master core subjects such as math, reading, and writing. Thank you.
All right, proposition's good. Preview is okay, although I think some of the points need to be phrased as claims, and they're not really always phrased as declaratives. They're topic areas. When you get to the body of the speech, you're a little bit better at that. There's good signposting on the individual points, except I thought maybe on the second point it was a little bit vague, but the first, third, and the fourth point are clearly signposted. Evidence citation is inconsistent. You do have evidence on all the individual points, but sometimes it's just very broad and general kinds of statements that doesn't require any particular expertise. It makes an assertion that there is a relationship and then doesn't offer any backing for that assertion. Other places, for instance, on the last point, you had a nice statistical piece of information that talked about how exposure over a longer period of time results in increased test scores, and I like that information, but I don't get a source citation on that. I get a source citation on the vague stuff, and no source citation on the specific stuff. That was a little confusing. I thought you did a good job speaking up. I don't think anybody had any problem hearing you. I know you were a little worried about it. I didn't have any problem from the very beginning, so that was fine. You've got a little bit more time, so I think you've got more time to do some things. I'm rushing a little bit because we do have one other speaker that I'm going to try and squeeze in here. So, thank you.